racial violence. Channel 2's Tom Jones is live in Clayton County. The judge is hearing testimony right now. Tom?
That's right, Javita. The judge, Jesse Murray, is asking the judge to drop murder charges here. His wife called 911 after he got into a confrontation she called a racial incident with 3 white men, but she doesn't remember making that call.
Everything after that point is a blur.
Jesse Murray's wife doesn't remember much of what happened the night her husband says he shot Nathan Adams outside Benefield Sports Bar on Old Dixie Highway 2 years ago. That's because she was drinking and had taken medication. She didn't remember making a 911 call where she said she wanted to report an incident of racial violence. Jesse Murray says 3 white men were aggressively confronting him inside the bar. He says they forced him outside where he shot and killed one of them, former Forest Park police officer Nathan Adams. A witness testified the men were in Murray's face.
Oh, they were going to jump him. I mean, that was just too much aggression.
Murray says he was standing his ground and was justified in using deadly force to defend himself. He's asking a judge for immunity from prosecution. Prosecutors disagree, saying Murray wasn't defending himself and got the witness to admit he had no problems at the bar.
Nobody the whole night was racial or controversial.
Tom Beatonbaugh says he was in the bar that night and says Adams was defending a black woman, his friend, who Murray had called an offensive name.
I don't think you should drop the charges. I think my friend was murdered.
And there was testimony that there were 2 different guns fired that night, and Murray had a laceration over his eye. The judge is expected to hear more testimony tomorrow before making a decision. We're live in Clayton County. Tom Jones, Channel 2 Action News.
Bartender who watched a shooting unfold. The killer claims that he was standing his ground when he shot a former police officer. Channel 2's Tom Jones live in Clayton County, and Tom, the bartender, says that she spoke to the victim seconds before he was shot.
She did, Justin. Heather Henderson says she told former police officer Nathan Adams it wasn't worth it, and to end the altercation he was having with Jesse Murray. It did not end, and Murray says he had no choice but to defend himself.
It's hard to believe this.
Heather Henderson became emotional as she described being right there when Jesse Murray shot former Forest Park police officer Nathan Adams outside Benefield Sports Bar, where she was a bartender 2 years ago. Right before that, she explained how she tried to separate Adams and Murray, who were involved in an altercation.
I was like, Nathan, this is not worth it. Let's just stop. And before I even got the word stop out of my mouth, I heard the pop.
Prosecutors charged Murray with murder, but Murray says he was justified in using deadly force because he was defending himself. He's using the controversial stand your ground law to ask a judge to rule he is immune from prosecution in this case.
It was like, you're being disrespectful. You need to leave.
Sandra Clemens testified Adams heard Murray call her an offensive name and asked Murray to leave the bar. Prosecutors showed this video where Henderson recreated what happened after that. She says Murray went to his car, tried to get back in the bar to get his wife. Henderson says Murray says it was white supremacy as Adams and 4 of his friends surrounded him.
Nathan swings on him.
She says Adams misses. The 2 became entangled, and then Murray fired a shot.
Never really spoken to him before.
And the judge will decide if Murray is immune from prosecution once he hears all the evidence. Testimony resumes tomorrow. We're live in Clayton County. Tom Jones, Channel 2 Action News.